All right, guys, welcome back here. It's May 6th, 8:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's Thursday. Today's a Thursday. I'm watching MITO. I think it's our lead gapper. Well, it's definitely our lead gapper based on volume right now. It's also kind of one of the nicer ones based on the stats. MITO, 5 million float, 70 million market cap. Cayman Islands biotech. Data for dry age-related molecular degeneration. That was yesterday, 4:30 p.m. That created the big run up here, that kind of catalyst, and then we pulled back around 25%. So about a fourth of this rally we've pulled back, kind of consolidating under VWAP. Could be a play right now, not sure. Overall, so far pre-market, I am down a little bit. I gave back 250 on IFBD, which I gotta say was a total mistake on my end. I was green on this one. I held just a little bit too long, and then it dumped. I closed it pretty quickly. Unfortunately, right where I closed it was actually at the perfect low, bounced up again, and then selling momentum all of a sudden slowed down quite a bit, and then I actually ended up buying here, but with a very small size. Unfortunately, it sold off again, and I closed and it bounced. For two kind of ridiculous trades, I gotta admit. I'm happy I'm not down more, but kind of annoying. And then I was looking at a different ticker when originally I wanted to buy this one near this support, so I actually missed the one trade that I was really planning on. So that's just a little bit all over the place, I guess you could say. Not my finest moment. MITO, unfortunately, we weren't able to trade this run to the upside. It was before TOS went live, which is at 7 a.m. But if you guys had Webull or another platform, you probably could have traded this move here. Pre-market opens right here at 4 a.m. So that could have been a move. All right, so sorry, just drinking some coffee. MITO, still watching this one. I like the fact that we got gappers over 50%. That's really good. Over 40% really is what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, most of it wasn't tradable. ALF was being called out here, and it was looking pretty good. It was not on my radar, and you can see it's not on my scanners either because this is a new IPO, which shouldn't mean it's not on my scanners. I actually find it very weird that TOS is not picking it up, which is kind of irritating. It's also not on Finviz, which I found quite weird. It has 11 million shares outstanding, 40 million market cap. It was gapping 65% pre-market with a really nice first leg, and I would even argue a nicer second leg after a little bit of consolidation here, 11% to the downside. So I missed these two, although I gotta say these two were perfect moves. So I'm a little bit disappointed that the best ticker today somehow I ended up missing. Right now it's having a bit of a pullback. It looks like there's a lot of warrants on this ticker. That's the only thing I'm worried about. And besides, no real news, it's really just moving because it's a new IPO here selling off, and now it's breaking to new highs. So could be an interesting one to trade, but also going to be a little bit weary on trading this one. I got ALF on my second screen. I think it's quite interesting for sure. LKCO being called out from Recovery Due Road. I wasn't giving this one too much attention because of the lack of volume, but that doesn't mean it might not amount to something. We've been seeing a lot of tickers with light volume pre-market somehow at one point really blossom at the market open. So definitely one probably to keep on the radar. I mean, it is the third lead gapper here pre-market, kind of truffling between third and fourth place right now. NMRD, another ticker here near bigger resistance, possibly also worth keeping an eye on. Yesterday was the day of late day runners. We had some blossoms yesterday. It's kind of been like that for a bit though, where you know, the market open is, you know, it's okay. It's better than it was in April, but you know, sometimes the really good moves happen, you know, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, like really awkward times. So, you know, if you're prepared to be ready to stare at the screen all day, you might be rewarded, but it's not really my way of trading. I'd usually miss them and be okay with that. IFBD, I gotta say it's holding the highs well. So that's interesting. 11 million float, 103 million market cap, Chinese software company, launched next generation of SaaS in China. Whatever that means. Today announced its placement in an editorial published by Network Newswire, one of 50 plus trusted brands with the Investor Brand Network, IBN. A multifaceted financial news and published company for private and public entities. Cloud infrastructure spending in China increased from about 107 billion in 2019 to 142 billion, so like 30%, surging more than 32% in the last quarter of the year. Wow, okay, that's really what it's taking on. Long-term structural trends in digitalizing the economy, which, you know, comes at the time where what's his name again? Chinese President Jinping, he was just talking about the digitalization of their currency, right? So that is kind of really fitting together very well. Kind of seems like this is more of a macro kind of trend here, or macro catalyst here. The SaaS market is extremely fragmented. The top 10 vendors account for only 35% of the total market share, led by industry visionaries, IFBD, which is launching next generation SaaS in China to capture a lion's share of the massive market. Okay, so sounds kind of interesting for sure, IFBD. Infinity Master's already out. No shorts for me today. Yeah, Nate, MITO is our lead gapper. We were already talking about it, but it's definitely going to be the one that we're watching the closest. So IFBD, I think this one has potential for sure. It's holding its area here pretty well. Maybe we're going to see another rally here coming up. So I'm going to keep a close eye on it. Very quickly, let's just go over some of the news we got going on here, just to not necessarily get that out of the way, but I feel like maybe we're going to do a little bit of trading. So I just want to pre-market, just want to see if there's anything going on. I mean, well, I already checked through it, and honestly, some of the biggest stories include Trump and Facebook's decision right here, where they're still holding his accounts for at least 6 months. That's all pending. Let me quickly zoom through this a little bit more. Germany looks like it might actually end up going with a Green Party here, which is very environmentally friendly party here in Germany, which would be interesting. In terms of Morning Brew, this is something that you guys might be aware of. Moderna took a huge, it was like a 10% Actually, here it says 6.19%, but at the lows, I think it was roughly 10% dip yesterday. And that became news because the Biden administration went pretty hard on this. And I think this is something of a lot of debate here, and I don't know, it's heavy stuff. The Biden administration said it supports waiving intellectual property protections for COVID-19 vaccines in order to get more doses to more people around the world. It's such a sticky situation, right? Because, yeah, it might give people more accessibility to the drug, but at the same time, it really, really makes drug manufacturers less incentivized to come up with drugs, right? So it's kind of one of those fine line situations. I'll kind of leave it at that. But I did want to point out Moderna, falling here substantially because of that catalyst. Because Moderna, unlike Pfizer, is very, very heavily reliant on the COVID vaccine. Pfizer is very diversified. The COVID with BioNTech is just kind of another drug that they do. Here you can see the long debate here with Trump and Facebook. Yeah, that was really the main things that I wanted to be talking about today. And I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, Indian cases are, skyrocketing still. Yeah, okay, let's get going here back. This is the catalyst we were just talking about. Yeah, IFBD, I'm really thinking this one has potential. If it breaks 4.4 here and continues selling off, it might be done. All I know is I'm red on this ticker, so I have to watch out, because if I'm red on a ticker, clearly I'm not in sync with it yet. So until I really get my bearings with it, I do want to kind of be a little bit cautious how I trade IFBD. It looks like the front side's very quick. But it's quick to start and quick to end, so I do want to keep that in mind. Pullbacks are a little bit more aggressive on IFBD as well. MITO popping up here, really good move. Remember, MITO is our lead gapper. Cayman Island, 5 million float biotech here, with catalyst coming out yesterday at 5:30 p.m. That led to a really nice stair-stepper pattern that let's see if we can kind of take advantage of. That was a good, solid breakout here. Possible room to run until 2.5 again. Watching 212. 212 getting chipped away. I'm going to take a small starter size here. Full position would be about 10K shares. It's moving. I already remembered to add my P&L open. I oftentimes do forget that. I'm going to look to rebuy. It looks like it might be having some issues here. Maybe I'll do a rebuy. Nope. Okay, it's still breaking out. All right. Let's keep a close eye on this one. I'm watching AFL on my second screen thinking, is this one going to be another candidate here to keep trading? Again, I'm not really sure. I'm going to keep a close eye on AFL. And yeah, AMS is struggling here, but AMF could be a really good red to green candidate. IFBD, keeping a close eye on. A lot of tickers here, worth watching, I would say. Usually, we're more zoned in on, 1 or 2 tickers, which I hope I will be soon. I think MITO is really the one to be watching, as this one has, that 5 billion float, so it's very, very quick mover, 70 million market cap, so it is, very, very small cap. Probably fits the criteria the most, and it has decent room to run. 220 is big time resistance here, 240 as well, 250. But I would say the major resistance starts right after 2.5, then roughly in this 2.7 zone. We have some really, really critical multi-month resistance here. If we just zoom in, this is the heavy kind of line here, roughly around 2.5 and a little bit above it. This is where we had that kind of last sell-off. Let me go back to the daily chart here. I think I need to clean this chart up just a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's pretty straightforward on my chart. We got VWAP and we got the 9 EMA, and that's it. I like to keep my charts very clean, very simple. I found usually the derivatives, like RSI and even MACD, they're quite hard to use for intraday trading. Because if something goes up 10%, doesn't mean it's not going to go up 100%, and it doesn't mean it's not going to go up 700%. And RSI to me is something you use with divergence when you're swing trading, and you can kind of see like different trends and divergence happening over a couple days or months. And that's when I believe RSI becomes really powerful. I personally don't use MACD for anything, but I'm not saying it's not a good indicator. I think a lot of people use it very well. I just never really dived into the MACD to where I used it long enough to, yeah, where it was good for me. Nice move here on MITO. Really, really good. Good energy on this ticker. IFBD is still in this critical range. AMS, really quickly here, U.S. Medical Care Facility Company, 4 million float, 21 million market cap. One reason I'm a little bit weary on this ticker, it doesn't seem like there's any company related news on this one. I've looked it up, so I would be a little bit skeptical. They even came out with a catalyst yesterday that said there's no catalyst, so not totally sure why this one's up today. I think it's just a little bit of a support line bounce. It's been on a multi-day run here, so it could just be simple price action, but I'm not totally sure what kicked that off. MITO is still rallying here. I sold too soon, but my goal was to actually do a rebuy below 13. I never got that, so I missed the run up here. Great run up too, 5% so far. Watch sale is only for investing, Angel, so we don't really need to discuss it. MITO. $9.17. Possible size here. Long 4,000 at 17. Let's see if we can get a little bit more continuation here on this ticker. So this was the very kind of approaching that 220 resistance zone, 2.4, and then looking for that run back. There's a big sell-off there, so I do want to be a little bit careful here. Gonna kind of cut my losses here a little bit, looking for a re-entry. Good thing I cut the losses, half of them. Wasn't quick enough with the rest. Let's see if we can get back to 215. Sell-off was a little bit more than I was expecting. Cut the loss at 214. Could keep running here, but you know, I'm still red on the day, and I just gotta be a little bit cautious here until I can wiggle myself a little bit of room. So yeah, giving back profits on MITO a little bit. I cut my first trade a little bit too quickly, and then my second trade, that pullback was just a little bit more aggressive than I was planning for. Let's keep watching this ticker though. I got AFL on my second screen. Not really sure if I'm gonna trade this one at the moment. It's kind of hard to get a read on it because it's just a recent IPO. I think AMS is going to be kind of interesting to see if this 2-4 zone holds. If it cracks, I think there might be a decent little sell-off. Yeah, for now, good thing we cut our losses here. There might be a possible re-entry though on it coming up. Yeah, IFBD cracked that critical 4-4 zone. I'm not sure if it's going to be in play after that. Almost jumped on that last trade here on MITO. Just missed my entry. Is Trump's network will be IPO? Imagine. Probably. Who knows? There's probably a good chance. Yeah, Infinity. I think you'll probably like it. I use the 9 EMA. A lot of traders do. Sometimes 13, sometimes 7. I don't know. Find what works for you. Life says wait till the open. Yeah, I just saw timing here at 9:20, and that's usually when I stop my pre-market trading. So. Sweet. MITO, I think, is going to be an interesting one. So it is very thickly traded so far pre-market, so I'm a little bit cautious. But a lot of the volume just came in pretty late. So I think that's also a good sign. It means there's potential for a lot more upside in terms of if this ticker really starts kicking here. So I think we'll have a pretty fun little open. But calm and collected, and no need to rush into anything. You know, I haven't done analysis on this ticker in a really long time, and this chart's a little bit cluttered, so let me clear things up here a little bit. I don't even remember the last time I wrote on this one. Just do it together. 9:22, so we got plenty of time till the market opens. Seems like this 8-5 zone is a little bit of an intricate area, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that. We see we had a little bit of a bounce here, and then we had a retest potentially here when we broke. We had a big retest here. We had an attempted breakout here. We had a failed breakout here. We had a pullback. Then we had a breakout. We had a retest, and then we had a huge flush. Then obviously this zone here at 5 is very, very critical. This is the big original run up, and we pulled all the way back to it, and we had again a retest here in this zone. 2.7, I would probably argue, is quite important. We had a bit of a fake out here from this area. We had original support in this area. We had several attempts to break out of this area. And then again here at 2.5, 2.7, a bit of a critical spot again. Maybe 3.5 is another spot to watch because we had some highs here in this area. We had a close and we had an open roughly here at 3.5. So probably a good spot to watch as well. I will go ahead and just kind of park a little thing there. And yeah, clean this one up a little bit. It was getting a little bit too messy here. We're using the weekly chart right now. What I like to do at one point is go to the daily chart and then kind of analyze this a little bit more. Roughly at $2 is a bit of a pivot zone. I mean, it is a whole dollar, so that's always a key area. 195. I like the fact that we had a big breakout from this area and had a perfect pullback. It also kind of comes down a little bit to more like 185 again. Not so much a perfect $2. Kind of seems like 180 or so, 175 maybe, even a little bit under that. But $2 is definitely a key psychological zone, so I will just kind of, oops, put that in there. Let's see if we can move that up with just a slight bit. There you go. Some key areas I want to be mindful of. Here's the $2 zone. You can see we've had a bit of a bounce off of this area. Premature, we had a lot of consolidation here, a lot of choppiness. We had several retests, and then we had the breakout from the $2 zone, which it looks like we're about to retest again here. 5 minutes coming into the market open. I'm going to make sure my time of force is already day, and yeah, everything else is looking clean. ORGS popping onto our scanner. Gets a IDE approval for COVID-19 treatment. Cell and gene therapies announced has been granted investigational device exemption IDE approval by the U.S. FDA to conduct a first-in-human feasible study of tissue genesis isolator 2 to treat acute respiratory disease syndrome (ARDS) resulting from COVID infections. Okay, that's actually really not too bad of a catalyst, but we've seen a lot of these late bloomer COVID announcements not really living up too much, so I want to be a little bit weary and mindful of that. So this ticker right now back to 6. 5.5 is definitely big support. 6 is going to see some resistance for sure, and then 6.5 looks like $1.50 is pretty usual there. Nice bounce off of 2. But I'm usually not trading those first 10 minutes leading up to the market, and definitely not after 3 minutes before the open. That has been a big no-no for me for now on after getting caught in the open cross a few times where orders get frozen. All right, I got MITO up on my second screen. I will be watching it, and if I trade it, I'll end up switching it. AMS, kind of want to keep an eye on as well. Or GS really popping up here with a little bit more volume fading into it. This could be a good runner here, guys. This could be really interesting, really last minute to the show. Seems like a few of our other tickers have fully disappeared. ALF, I think, is going to be an interesting one to watch as well. Technically, it's made a perfect first leg and really started consolidating nicely. And this one, you know, you just don't know how high this recent IPO is going to run. Alabama Power, 11 million shares outstanding. I got 2,000 shares ready to go on MITO. Yeah, I think it starts, I have to review my old video actually, Sync, but I think it starts 2 minutes before and 1 minute after. I think that's when it is. So it's really 3 minutes long. But I just kind of rounded to 5 in terms of watch out. I'm wondering if MITO is going to have a nice market open. Oh, all right, guys. Good luck, everyone. Time for a stay. Let's go. Comment collected. Be patient. MITO having a nice bounce off of 2. Last big volume spikes have been kind of a lot of sell volume, so I'm sitting in the back seat a little bit with MITO at the moment. Wondering if ALF was going to pop up on our second chart here. Nice breakout on MITO past 210. Yep, ALF finally popped up on our charts. NMRD was one, potentially worth watching at the open as well. I'm not sure why MITO is not popping up my scanner. Oh, wait, there it is. Sorry about that. Didn't see it at first. IFBD, this one's back, but very low volume. Doesn't look like it's worth watching. Yeah. Red to green potential on NMRD. MITO with the biggest open though. 10%. Really nice. Markets are slightly red, but not really too bad. More or less a break-even kind of open, which is sometimes the best for small caps. ALF holding that area. Nice little move here on ALF. MITO getting close to pre-market highs. Lack of volume on ALTF, I think, is being a bit of a struggle for this ticker at the moment. Three big green candles in a row here on MITO. Very strong open. Congrats to anyone that nailed that. 20% move so far. Really nice. lot of sell volume on ALF. NMRD had a red to green, 14%, really solid there. Possible small size on NMRD. Ah, missed that launch. Really nice action there. 7% move, closing my limit order. MITO could be setting up a really sweet pullback here. Small size. Try to take more profits there, but I didn't get that second fill. Looks like we might have a continuation though. Small profits, $100 profit, nothing really too crazy. Watching MITO still though. Long MITO, 2,000 shares, very small position size on this ticker. Long at 215. Let's see how well this one rides out. Closing at 220. Watching two screens sometimes is a little bit exhausting. Yeah, I wanted the entry on NMRD. This is a bit of a tongue twister here for me. But I wanted to show you guys my MITO trade. Woo, I can't say any tickers today. So I missed my second entry, but it is what it is. Still watching both tickers. Nice pullback too, huh? That was a phenomenal pullback there. Could have been a good place to do a re-entry. A lot of questions, guys. I see them in the chat room. I can't answer right now. I'm trading, but check out the FAQs below the video. A bunch of FAQs there for everybody, and right in the first few lines as well. Yeah, nice continuation from NMRD. I would actually love to keep trading this one. NMRD, watching. This is actually our lead gapper. I feel like everyone's watching, or a lot of people are watching MITO because of that quick market open move, but MNRD is a little bit more volume, which could create more opportunity. There's a bit of a sell-off there though. It's very wicky, this ticker. Very, very wicky. I've only been trading small size today. Had to crawl out of the hole a little bit because pre-market wasn't that great for me. So I didn't want to put myself in a bigger hole. Huge resistance coming up here on MITO. Keep an eye on it, 2425. I mean, this is a big resistance zone. Nice little rebound, though. Great breakout there in NMRD. Small size long on MITO. One more average there, not nearly near half size even, but good potential here. Taking some sell pressure off. Woo! Look at that breakout. Real nice. Sold a little bit before, but this is a sketchy one, so I'm being a little cautious. Let me go back to NMRD. Nice breakout there. Three big 5-minute candles on NMRD, so this one's quite extended. But we broke some big resistance on this ticker, and we have huge volume today relatively on this one, so I really like what I'm seeing. I just realized I was still long a small position on MITO. I just finally closed that one out. I'm not sure how I made that mistake. That was kind of ridiculous. Switching between two tickers sometimes gets me a little bit. Thanks, Nate. Take care, man. Watching NMRD still. 14.3. 14.3, what are we gonna get? Small size here at 72. Very small size. going to see if I can buy more. I'm not sure if we will get the opportunity on NMRD. Might rip right now. I kind of wanted to actually average down just now. MITO is a tough one because I keep thinking it's gonna rip, but it's like an awkward extended pullback. It's very hard to read. This could be the breakout on MITO. This could be it right here. Really, really high potential. Yeah, Roshan, it's the price difference just adds to the madness. Closing NMRD, my open limit order, it looks like it might go a little bit below 14.5. If it does, I want to be ready for that. Because it kind of looks like it had a false breakout just now. Yeah, MITO just had so many false breakouts. Oh, just missed my fill there. Got a fill at 10. Very small size though. Gonna take those, gonna close that. Should have used bigger size. 30 more seconds in this minute. NMRD could give us another opportunity. They have a big buy order, 9 million float. Catalyst yesterday in the morning. Had a really good afternoon rally, this ticker. So technically right now it's a second green day here. Just with huge resistance above that it's working hard to try to break through. MITO at 240. Oh, MITO finally broke out just now. Wow, that one's been a long time coming. Really nice breakout. Next stop everyone's watching is 2.5. Oh yeah, IFBD fully in the game here. Good call on that. Whoa, MITO just had the flush of a century. Long on NMRD at 97. Taking some profits there. Long again. Taking profits again. This, whoo, this is getting hectic out here. Whoo! I was down, I don't know, 300-400 pre-market, and I'm freaking getting a heart attack over here. It's all over the place. I mean, some of these flushes we're getting right now is just like, if you just escape them, it's, you know, it's a pure miracle. I mean, what the heck was just IFBD doing? Thanks, 007. I got a nice little fill here on NMRD. Finally went bigger size for once. Finally did like a $20,000 position size. It's kind of took me a while to feel more comfortable today doing that for some reason. I don't really know. I might call it. I'm up $400. It's not a lot, but you know, I came back from, you know, being down, you know, 4 or 5% based on my average position size to being up close to 4 or 5% of my average position size. So I had a little bit of a red to green move, and I feel like I'm kind of lucky because, you know, although I was patient and I timed the right moves and I took my profits, you know, there was so many flushes today that the, you know, being right or wrong is you know, whew, today's a tough day for sure. I mean, these wicks we're seeing, I mean, you can be down 10% very quickly on some of these moves. Although I think, you know, you want to avoid certain setups that can put that, you know, I mean, this is 12% down right here. Oh God, MNRD just flushed again. I could have easily got stuck in that flush with my $20,000 position size and lost 1K just now, you know. So it's, look at this thing. I mean, it's just racing down right now. Woo. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna call it here. It's 9:51. Okay, I don't know if I want to call it, but most likely I'm gonna call it. We're not gonna end the stream yet. I'm gonna you know, let it run with you guys a little bit. I can answer some questions now. Sorry, I couldn't answer questions before. You guys saw me. I was switching screens. I was trying to think, you know, how many shares I need, because I was switching between the $13 ticker and a $2 ticker. I made a few mistakes for sure, but yeah, it's a little hard to answer questions. Karen, not bad though. 7%. You know, I feel like any day over 5% profits based on average size is a really good day, or not a really good day. It's like a good day. Anything over 10% is a really good day. That's like a perfect home run day. Yeah, Sharky, it's in the actually, I think it's the one thing not in the FAQs below that I need to add, but you can get access to it right here, tradejournal.co/connect. Then you go to the Discord link, join the Discord, and then there's under brokers TOS, TD Ameritrade, and you can see, scroll up and you'll see the video for mixed volume. You'll see the import code you need for mixed volume. You'll see all that stuff, and it's all totally free. Hope that helps. Jason says I'm so amped. Woo, my blood pressure is tipping right now. I drank a little bit too much coffee before the market opened. I never drink coffee before the market opens. So I think I just gotta wash it down with a little bit of water. Maybe a beer. Overdue. How's everyone liking the crypto rallies, huh? I don't own like a lot of crypto. I have like, you know, 2 Ethereum and like a few other things, but man, I've been, you know, it's just been fun riding it. I have, you know, to me, I've been riding VIH, for example. That's a cryptocurrency exchange, and more of like a crypto wallet than an exchange. Man, you know, all those stocks that are related to cryptocurrency are snoozing. I mean, absolutely horrible. I mean, from Coinbase to VIH, it's, you know, for the fact that all crypto is rallying, the crypto stocks, unfortunately, aren't. But it's good to diversify a little bit between the two. I think I think there's going to be a tipping point where there's a lot of opportunity in the crypto stocks because they're very depreciated, as altcoins become potentially over appreciated, especially tickers like, you know, Dodge and you know, I think Ethereum has a long way to go, but, you know, at one point even Ethereum's going to top out short term, and then people are going to, you know, put their money back into Bitcoin. They're going to put their money probably into some other larger companies related to crypto. So I think it's going to take maybe a bit longer, maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks, but I think there's going to be a, maybe even longer, 2, 3 months, who knows, but there's probably going to be a nice turning point at one point. NMRD is just selling off so ferociously. That could have been a good dip buy though, 12.5. Tigran, I like to use the RSI for swing trading sometimes, but only if there's divergence, only if there's like multiple things that are showing a trend. Investing, I don't use technical indicators for investing. I blindly buy continuously for I usually put a buy plan in like every week. Automatically I will purchase those stocks, those cryptos, whatever that asset is, and then I forget about it, and then I make sure there's always enough money in my bank to keep purchasing it. I feel like, to be honest, that's been my best investment strategy ever. For swing trading, definitely divergence, and a few things that I look for day trading, you know, support and resistance, very simple stuff like that. Just keep it simple, stupid. I think that's the best. Am I trading Dodge? No, I'm not. I don't own Dodge, and I'm not trading it. Although I freaking probably should just for the fun of it. But no, I'm not on that one. Have I seen flushes downward of this speed and degree? Oh man, we've seen flushes like 50%. I mean, this isn't anything super unusual. It's been the hardest like flushy day, I'd say, of the week based on the market open. But I mean, even earlier this week, I mean, we've seen some nasty flushes. Look at COCP. You guys remember this one? It wasn't flushing pre-market. It wasn't flushing at this nice run up here where I think it probably had one of the best front sides of the year. I'm going to take a quick picture of that. COCP, one of the best front sides of the year without a question. But then guess what happens? Right here around 1345, that's 145. This thing has an offering. This thing drips 25% in one candle. And then it even has another offering, and then dips again here. So, you know, that's 30%. So, I mean, what's happening today is nothing unusual. It's just small caps. Nice, Jonathan. Jonathan says, buddy's up 70K on Dodge. Heck yeah. Just remind him that it's unrealized, and he's got to realize it at one point. You know, at one point you got to take the profits, or else it can go all the way back down again. And when he does realize it, and it's a nice profit, you know, I would take at least half of that and just put it away, because I remember when I first started, you know, having my big swing trade winners, I, you know, make 50K. North of 50K, and I'm just like, boom, I just made 50K, and then I would do that same thing, or I would try to do the same thing, put the 50K in the next ticker, and all of a sudden I have 10K again, you know? So it's, you know, just take half of that and put it in, like, I don't know, Yoda Savings Bank, where you get 3% interest, just for like a bit, you know, just for like 3 months. And like let the emotions calm down a little bit, because it's very easy, especially if it's your first time making a lot of money, to feel like it's not real money, to feel like it's fake game money, and that's where you can lose the money very quickly again. He's putting all of it back to Ether when he takes profit. I think that's also probably a good idea. I mean, I don't see Ethereum going anywhere. I think that's probably, I think from our circle that, you know, are a little bit more risk tolerant, I think that's probably an okay move. I don't think that's a bad idea. But yeah. It's so easy to make a big mistake. after making a lot of money. I think we've all have been there or all will be there at one point. And you know, I think the worst thing is you can't even help somebody from like to avoid it, because I feel like everyone has to go through it themselves, which is almost one of the most depressing things, but I think it's true. Yeah, Matt, that's exactly it. Which, you know, is whatever. Like, it happens, and you live and you learn, like you said, and you know, hopefully next time you do better. But you know, and it's also advice that, like I just said before, you can't really give to somebody because it just doesn't resonate with the person yet. But I'm sure your friend like, you know, has a strategy. All right, guys, it's 10 o'clock here. For anyone that was not aware or kind of hasn't been on the stream a little bit, we're going to be ending the stream at 10. Well, not always at 10, but I'm going to start trying to cut it at 10. It gives me a little bit more time to calm down, do due diligence, live my life, a few other things. And I realized I like doing that much more than not doing Fridays. I wasn't the biggest fan of not doing Fridays, but for the like 1.5, 2 months that we did it, it was nice. It was like a, you know, a day off, but you know, I would trade anyway, so I might as well be streaming. But I think it's good to wrap up here a little bit sooner. I find that it's very healthy, and yeah, if it's hot like yesterday, I'll keep streaming. You know, yesterday we streamed to like 10:20 or something like that. So it's not that I'm against going longer, but unless like I'm in a trade and we're, you know, rallying and we're trading the front side of a hot ticker like COCP, I'm gonna try to wrap up a little bit sooner. So Aaron, you're 8 green trades in a row. That's freaking amazing. That's awesome, man. Let's see what I'm at. Good for you. Let's see. I was green on the 29th. So that's 1 green day here. Wait, where'd we go? February, March, April. Wait, no. Yeah. Green, green. Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then today. So that's, you know, 4, 5, 6 green days in a row. Not bad. Then again, I don't like necessarily counting that. Well, actually, I never count it because it doesn't matter necessarily. If I have a small red day tomorrow, who cares? You know, because if I'm on a small red day and I keep trying to force it into a green day, you know, that's where mistakes are made. So I never really want to think about it. But, you know, it's sometimes fun to look at for sure. Appreciate it, Roshan. All right, guys, that's going to be everything for today. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. I really, really do appreciate it. Easiest way to support the channel. That's everything for now, then. Till next time, like always, guys, stay safe, make some awesome trades, and peace out, guys. Ciao, ciao.